What's going on, guys? I am Stock Sniper Mike, and I'm back again with another Weekly Watchers video. For those of you guys out there that don't know what the Weekly Watchers is, it's a watch list that we create every single weekend on Sunday afternoon with about 10 or more stocks that we believe have the most potential on making us money in the upcoming week. And what a coincidence, the last 2 weeks we were actually able to make a bag off of both of the weekly watchers we went over. And then this week, to start Money Monday, we actually started off this week with a DPLS bag. So the weekly watchers list has been hot lately, even though the Dow Jones has been completely cold. Also, speaking of something else hot, the Florida Panthers. Let's go with the Panthers. Let's go the Miami Heat. South Florida sports is on fire right now. So I had to come out here and rep the Panthers here. We're actually heading over to both games this week, and then we're going down to Tampa this weekend to go check out the Florida Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Sunshine State rivalry. But we'll talk about hockey this weekend. Today we're going to talk about stocks, and where you're going to find this watch list is going to be on our website or on our mobile app under the Stock Snipers. You could find that app in the Google Play or Apple App Store. And today I'm going to bring you into the Apple App Store and into our Stock Snipers app right here. And when you click into it, you got to make sure you're logged in. And once you log yourself in, you're going to get pulled up to the all page that has everything we have to offer. But today we're going to click on the watch list, and then we're going to go onto that weekly watch list tab with the guy with the binoculars. And that's how you know it's the weekly watch list. So at the top of the list, you'll have all the stocks that we're eyeing down, and then we go into detail of what we're looking for in these plays. So we're going to start off with the bread and butter and actually what we made our money in today, OTC Penny Stocks. DPLS is actually the first one we'll dive into. So OTC Penny Stock DPLS is one we actually recently made money off of in the past, so we know about how it moves. We also think after 3 red days, the stock is going to make a first green day sooner than later, and this was on 7 straight downward days. We finally were able to catch that first green day and took it over the weekend into Money Monday. On Money Monday, we got exactly what we were looking for, and that 10 to 12% push in the morning, and that's where we were able to take our over $600 there to start the morning and the new week on DPLS. The next one we're going to go over is another one that we actually were able to bag early to start the new week as well, making over $200. Great work there, snipers, for everyone else that was able to catch that with us. With NLST, it was one that spiked 2 weeks ago when they actually had litigations with Google. So big company inside a small company's news usually creates the small company to spike, and that's what happened here. This spiked from $4 to the 6s, and then it's coming all the way back down to $4 5 days later. We always say you can't trust these OTC stocks, but you can take advantage of the move. And that's what we're looking for in NLST. We're looking for a first green day bounce off of $4. We got that bounce on Friday, but it did not get the best bounce the follow-up day on Monday. So we'll still be watching it to continue to hold 420 and curl back up into the 5s in next week. IQST is the next penny stock we're going after, because if you check it out in the long-term chart, it's coming right back down to that 48-cent long-term support. 50 cents is usually a big number for a stock, and that's the long-term support here. So we're going to be looking for it to continue to hold that spot next week and then eventually make that first green day curl with better than volume that it had the past couple of days, and we'll be looking to take advantage of that move there in IQST. The metaverse stocks went crazy about 6 months ago, a couple months back, when all that was a big thing. Now that's completely cooled off. Exactly what happens with OTC penny stocks, and why we say take advantage of the move when you can. Because OWUV was actually all the way up in 60-cent area back a couple months ago, and now it's coming all the way back down to 1 cent. So multiple red days, like we say, after 3 red days, we always like for the first green day to come. This is 10 straight red days, so we'll be patiently waiting for a nice volume day and a possible first green day on OWUV. This next company is another company like NLST, where it has a big, large company inside of its news, and that's where it was able to spike. This company, TLOFF, is an EV battery related company, so it actually had Tesla in its news back in February, and that's where all the eyes started to get onto this stock. It got a very nice spike back then, but now it's coming all the way back down to that long-term support. The long-term support is 40 cents, so if it can hold 40 cents this next week, we'll be looking for the volume day and then a first green day possibly in TLOFF. A lot of these stocks we're going over have been dragged down with the overall market, and it makes sense because OTC stocks trade with volume, and when the overall market is falling, people are scared to come and buy, which is is not going to cause volume to come in. And that's what OTC stocks need to spike. So a lot of these stocks we're going over have been fading with the overall market the past couple of months, and they really are going to have some beautiful opportunities in the next week or month coming up. I really do love a lot of these stocks on this list, so if they don't work out this week, I wouldn't delete any of those, and I would keep an eye on them to break out of these key resistance spots. Why I'm saying that is because this next one, RGBP, was one we recently just made $1,000 off of, coming all the way up to a penny area. Now it's all the way back down to 0.04. So not even about a month and a half later, it's all the way back down, cut in half. We'll be looking for the first green day in RGBP, and when it does happen, we'll probably be a part of that thing because we do know how it moves. This next one is a higher price one, but another one that's got dragged completely down to long-term support with a lot of these other OTC stocks. RECAF, RECAF. It is now creating 10 straight downward days after breaking 1 month highs from 550 all the way down to 370's long-term support. 355 is really the long-term support area we're looking for it to hold. If it's able to hold that this week, we'll be looking for a first green day and potential turnaround with the overall market here in RECAF. CYBL is another great penny stock that we've made money off before. We are very familiar with the way this moves, and the way it closed on Friday looked like it has potential to make a move this next week. We missed the first green day on Friday, but now we'll be looking for a potential multi-month breakout. We do want to see it get back above 2 cents, and if it can do that, that's when we'll start eyeing it down to potentially get back up to that 249.25 multi-month breakout area. OTC Penny Stock ILUS is one we actually made $1,000 plus when our boy Jack Kellogg was in town with us. We on the golf course with him, able to panic dip buy a nice ILUS bag with him, 15% plus there. When it dropped all the way down to 10 cents. Now the stock is way back down to 10 cents 4 months later, or about 3 months later, we're all the way back down to 10 cents. So we're looking for that 10-cent hold and then potential first green day. Last time we played this was a panic dip buy, so we're not really going to jump the gun here. We're going to be patiently waiting for that first green day because you never know. If this drops below 10 cents, it could panic once again. These next 3 stocks are cannabis stocks because the cannabis sector started to show a little bit of heat last week at the beginning of the week, but then cooled off. But when the overall market starts to bounce, usually these stocks bounce with it. And a lot of the overall cannabis stocks have been dragged down way too long now. We do believe a lot of them are way too oversold, and they're due for very nice first and second follow-up green days. These are the stocks that we're looking for this week in the cannabis sector. The first one is Charlotte's Web. This is a stock we literally used to buy in the $10. Now it's coming all the way down to 50 cents. A lot of people know it out there because they were the first ever CBD, all CBD plant. They were carrying certain cancers out there. I forgot exactly the ones, but it's beautiful what they are able to do. Now tons of competition out there. A lot of other companies do the same thing they do. They're dropping all the way to 50 cents. 50 cents is a key spot. We'd love to see it hold 50 cents and then reverse and turn around and create that first green day next week. The next cannabis one is one that we've been watching since 2016. It's actually one of my first ever buys in 2016 when I first started trading. Actually 2014 when I first started trading. This is OTC Penny Stock MJNA. MJNA has one of the best names, MJNA. Very easy to notice that it's a cannabis stock there. Whenever the cannabis sector blows up, usually this one does too. We were recently able to make a bag on it a couple months ago when the cannabis sector got some spark. So if it does happen again, we'll be watching this stock to make a move. And the last cannabis sector stock we're watching is a higher price dispensary, because we do like to look at these dispensaries that are slower moving, higher price stocks, because they are actually selling real cannabis. They're selling real products. They're actually taking in revenue, and a lot of them are actually doing well. It's just they're on the OTC markets and they're getting dragged down with everything that's happening right now. So unfortunate for them, but fortunate for us, because we'll be able to take advantage of a first green day and a potential multi-green day move whenever it happens. With CRLBF, this is all the way back down to 52-week lows. Now we're looking for it to come and hold 390. So 390 is a spot we want it to hold and then curl back above the 4s. If it's able to create that first green day above the 4s, we'll be looking to take advantage of that slower moving play, but one you're usually able to make a good 7 to 10% on overnight. Last but certainly not least is the big panic dip buy that everybody was watching last week, because it dropped all the way from $1.80 to 40 cents in one day. So it was pretty amazing to see this panic dip buy happen. Shout out to Sniper Angel. He actually made over $2,000 straight from the chat room on this panic dip buy. So great work there, Sniper Angel. But if it happens again, we'll be looking to take advantage of that move this week. It's been leveling after bouncing down to 40 cents on that panic. It bounced all the way to 90 cents. And now it's leveled at 80. So 100% bounce there, but it's been leveling out for 2 days. We're looking for a potential panic next week back to 50 cents or 40 cents area, so we could possibly snipe it like our man Angel last week. Great work to start Money Monday and a new week already, snipers, making over $800 on 2 of these stocks on this list. I can almost guarantee we're going to buy another 2 stocks on this list in the upcoming week with all the potential that is here. Hopefully you guys are able to take advantage of one of those moves, and if you'd love to take advantage of them with us, check us out at thestocksnipers.com or on the App Store or Google Play under the Stock Snipers. We'll see you guys back here for another Weekly Watchers list next week. Stock Sniper Mike, out.